welcome to ShotSin773. Thank you so much for checking out my content. For those checking out my content for the first time, I just want to say welcome in. Thank you so much for checking out my content. If you could like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, I would truly appreciate it. Definitely helps me to grow my channel. For those that have been subscribed the whole time, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for all of your likes, all of your comments. You are really helping my channel grow. Thank you so much again. I really do appreciate it. So today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the hauls that I actually did. So I kind of did like a mini haul. I think I got a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oof. Got a total of 9 different fragrances that I wanted to talk about. So let's go ahead and get it started. So the first house that I want to talk about is the Scents of Woods subscription that I have. So I've talked about Scents of Woods. That was actually my first video that I ever did. I will leave a link above here so that you can check out that video if you want to. But Scents of Wood is a subscription box series that allows you to get not only a fragrance, it's a 10 ml decant like this, but you're also going to get a candle like this, which is really cool. So this is a 10-hour burning candle. I think it's absolutely amazing. I've gone through one of my candles. I still have a good 7 candles. So this is an excellent subscription box. If you're looking for something where you can test fragrances prior to actually paying like the $240 that fragrances typically cost in this particular series. So Scents of Woods, they just came out with a fragrance, and this one is Oud and Oak. So let me read you what's in Oud and Oak. So they have like a little cheat card here, and it has everything that's in here. So it's saffron, cardamom oil, grapefruit, oud oil, cistus absolute, geranium balsam, sandalwood, myrrh, and tonka bean absolute. This is also an eau de toilette, which is 12%. And then they use organic sugarcane alcohol aged in a French oak barrel. This was created by Celine Burrell. And I actually sprayed the fragrance on my hand, and it is, so when you first spray the fragrance, it smells sweet, and then you immediately get that oud smell. So when I say oud, if you're not familiar with oud, there is sometimes oud can be skanky and medicinal. That's kind of what you get with this particular fragrance. So not all of their fragrances come like this. They have other ones like plum and cognac, which is one of my favorites. They also have many other ones that are very smooth. So this is probably the first, I would say, skanky oud one, because they have oud and acacia. They also have I forgot the other one. There's like oud and, I don't know if it's sandalwood or not, but this one is a lot more daring, a lot more skanky, but I personally enjoy it. I would say if you're not accustomed to oud fragrances, I would say probably stay clear of this fragrance. But if you are into oud fragrances, if you are into smooth oud fragrances, this one is just, it's dark, it's beautiful, it's got like this sweetness to it, but again, there's like this bitterness that's in there, and it keeps you coming back for more. It's very sexy. If you smell it up close, like I'm smelling it, it's pretty strong. So I would say this one is definitely in, I would say, like my top 5 of the, I believe I have 11 now of the fragrances. And here's another thing too, when you get the subscription, these are $34.99 after paying the initial $22, and then you get 5 fragrances, you get 5 candles, and then you also get a book that's in there as well. But this fragrance is very nice to me. I enjoy it. I'm probably going to enjoy burning this candle as well. And again, that is Oud and Oak. The next fragrance house that I want to talk about is Jeremy Fragrance. So I saw, while scrolling through YouTube, I saw a deal for 550 mLs of Jeremy Fragrance's fragrances. So that included Date Unisex, which I did not have Unisex. It also included the women's version, Day and Night. And then it also included Office, and yep, that was it. So those are the 5. So let me talk about and show you what those look like. So the bottles come like this. So they're the stock black bottles. You can actually see through it. You can see the juice inside as well. And it's just a normal cap. And then it has its sprayer. So if you're not familiar with Office for Men was Jeremy Fragrance's first fragrance that he dropped. This one is a very, very good fragrance. I think also, talking about Jeremy Fragrance, his fragrances are for people that are first getting into fragrances. So I don't consider Jeremy Fragrance's fragrances for someone who's like on the higher end niche, that's kind of like the niche snob per se. I'm not a niche snob at all. I do have a lot of niche fragrances, but I absolutely love fragrances, period. So if something smells good, I'm going to wear it, I'm going to buy it. Hands down, it's for me, if I love it. If I don't, then I don't. But this fragrance right here is definitely one of my favorites from the line. This has this crisp bergamot in the top, and then you're going to get this very sexy Sauvage-like smell. I'm sure that everybody smelled Sauvage before, so from Dior. It has like a mixture of that and kind of like cool water in a sense. So it's crisp, it's very beautiful, bright. It lasts for, I'd say, like 8 to 10 hours. Really, I get a little bit longer than that. I get somewhere around like the 10 to 12 hour mark on this fragrance, but that is Office for Men. From the other ones that I purchased, I surprisingly like Day for Women. Day for Women smells so good. I believe there is an apricot note that's up top. Just looking at some of my notes here, there's apricot, osmanthus, and then there's jasmine and benzoin. So the jasmine, I don't necessarily smell, but it's that fruit, it's that apricot note that's up top is what I smell throughout the fragrance. So maybe the jasmine is there, or the osmanthus. It's really like it's like a sweet floral, but it doesn't project nearly as much as Office. I think Office is one of the heaviest projectors besides Black Tie. So I also have 10 ml decants of Black Tie, which is a very nice fragrance as well. But Day is so sexy to me. I think it doesn't project super heavy. It sits a little bit close to the skin, but I'm still getting 8 hours of longevity, which is phenomenal for me. So anything at the 8 or close to 8 hours, Longevity, I enjoy very much so. And that's Day. The next one that I want to talk about is Night. So Night has cinnamon, elamine, and bergamot. And I sprayed this on my hand earlier. And what I get is I get a powdery clay. It's powdery, it's kind of clayish, and then I get this vanilla that's in there, which is weird because vanilla is not a note in here, but it's a very, very nice, pleasant fragrance, I think. Again, if you're not into powdery fragrances, I don't know if this would necessarily be for you, but it's very, very sexy. On me, I enjoy it. I've actually gotten compliments from it. Just like if the wind is blowing, I typically will get like a good sillage. So I think this is a very, very nice scent. I actually got all of these for $236, which I thought was pretty good, because if you think about it, 50 mLs for, you get 5 50 mLs, and then you break that down, it's $236. It's not a bad deal. The other ones that I received were Date and Unisex. So Unisex it kind of smells a little bit like Date, but there's so up top you kind of get this, you get like the same type of mixture at the end, like I get a spiciness to this fragrance. So it almost smells like Date, which Date smells like Ultramall a little bit, but it does have its little nuances. There's a duo fragrance as well that's called In the Club, and I think Date favors that a lot, and so does Unisex as well in the top and the mid. But this is actually a very nice fragrance. Along with Date, I think Date is a very nice fragrance, and I don't think that, again, Jeremy did not put out bad fragrances, but they do smell like other fragrances because they kind of are a mixture of other fragrances, and then they just smooth them out. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the price of it initially was horrible. So the price of it initially was almost $1,000 for all of these, but he ran a deal, which there are always deals on his website, but if you get an opportunity, I would definitely check these out. The next house that I want to talk about is one of my favorite houses. I really enjoyed my interview with this guy. He was absolutely amazing. It's the Taliaferro. I will also link a card up above with a link to our live video that we had. Shout outs to Amina for winning the sample pack. I just wanted to throw that out there. I forgot to say that she actually won that, so kudos to you, Amina. And the fragrance that I want to talk about is something that's a bit controversial. I've heard a lot of things about it from other people, and I wanted to get it on my skin myself, and that's Room 129 from the Taliaferro. So the Taliaferro shows his bottles. He has like little icons here that tell you what the fragrance is. I know that that's a bit confusing, but honestly, you can smell the fragrance as soon as you pull it off the cap. You can smell and tell exactly which one it is. So this fragrance has, it's actually, let's see, it's fruit punch, or I'm sorry, it's cherry, powder, and bubblegum are the notes that are shown. So if you understand perfumery, you know that a perfumer does not give all of the notes, but I sprayed this on my skin about an hour ago, and in the initial spray, it was so heavily cherry based. You get like almost a cherry fruit punch or cherry Kool-Aid type of smell, but it's a bit refined. I would say it's not super wild on my skin. I don't know how other people's skin reacts to this fragrance, but the cherry note is very prominent up top. Now I'm starting to get to that powder note, so it almost smells like powdered sugar on my arm. And then I'm also getting a small hint of that bubblegum vibe. So I think this is a very playful and jovial scent. It's a quick grab, quick reach. If you want to wear this to the gym, I mean, you're gonna get compliments because you're gonna smell sweet. I think this is a great fragrance. It lasts on my skin about a good, I would say 8 to 10 hours that I'm getting. It really doesn't get close to my skin until about close to like the 8.5 hour mark. And then I'm kind of not necessarily smelling it, especially if I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. If I'm wearing something long sleeve, then it's a little bit different. But that is Room 129. So I have 2 more fragrances left that I want to talk about. And the next fragrance that I want to talk about is from Micheal Malul, London. So this fragrance, if you watch JC's channel from Stay Fresh Productions, I was watching YouTube like everybody else does, and he just kept talking about this fragrance. He sold me on purchasing this fragrance. So I was gonna say shout out to you, man, if you are checking out this video. But I just want to show how this comes. So you get this box and it shows like the country road, and then as you open it, the fragrance pops out, and I got Citizens Jack Absolute. So there are so many videos out there from other fragrance YouTubers that talk about this fragrance, and I was like, you know what? I have to smell this fragrance. So let me spray this on my skin again, just so I can get a fresh spray. Wow. So up top, you're going to get these, it's very fruity, but it's a very smooth, fruity fragrance. It almost reminds me a little bit of Mula Mula, but not really. It has its own thing, and the reason I say Mula Mula is because up top on me, Mula Mula is sweet, it's fruity, then you get floral. The notes for this fragrance is bergamot, melon, pineapple, amber, and then you're getting vanilla and musk. So when I smell this fragrance on my skin, I absolutely love it. It sits very close to my skin. I'm getting, I'd probably say somewhere around 6 to 7 hours, which I think is doable, definitely. And that's me just smelling it, but it also is not a loud projector. So you're not going to get, like that loudness from the other fragrances. So like Mula Mula is turned up to 15, this would be somewhere around like a 5 or 6 where it's turned up. I'd probably even say like anywhere between 4 to 6, but this is a very, very nice fragrance. So hop out of the shower. This is a cuddle buddy fragrance. If you're going on a date, perfect for date night, just going out, if you're going to the store, different things like that, you'll probably definitely get compliments within those first, I would say, 4 hours. So this is a very good fragrance, I think, and that is Citizens Jack Absolute. I also believe that JC had a promo code, so if the promo code is still available, I will link that in the description below. So the last fragrance that I want to talk about is from Men New York. So I hadn't heard about Men New York before, and I ended up purchasing this fragrance from a guy in one of the fragrance marketplaces within Facebook, and just want to say shout out to him. Shout out to you, Cordell. Very nice guy, easy to work with. I've purchased a few fragrances from him, and I've had nothing but great success with doing that. So the fragrance that I want to talk about is called Voodoo. I was looking online to see if anybody had any type of information about this fragrance, and to much avail, nobody did. There were no reviews on this fragrance at all. But let me tell you, I do like this fragrance a lot. So the fragrance comes in this black box, and it is a 75 ml. You open the box, and then you slide this out, and it is magnetized. So you open this side here, and then it talks about different things with a scent story. Then you open this up here, and the fragrance sits right there. You pull the fragrance out, and it is a gorgeous black bottle. I mean, you can see the juice from the top as well. So if you look at the bottom, it tells all the information about the fragrance. Upon spraying this, because I have it sprayed right here. Oh my gosh. So without me, I don't want to say I like it. I love this fragrance. And the reason why I love this fragrance is because there is this dark sexiness to it. So let me read you the notes really quick. The notes for this fragrance includes galbanum, lime, pink pepper, geranium, olibanum, Turkish rose, patchouli, leather, sandalwood, and oud. You are talking, it's dark and mysterious. It's not overly heavy to me, but I would wear this right now in the spring. This is definitely great for the fall and the winter as well. If you decide to wear it in the summer, which I'm crazy, I will wear something like this in the summer. One spray would do you, but it's so beautiful. I'm gonna get a fresh spray really quick. It smells like, it has like, I smell the Turkish rose and I smell the leather up top, but it's like a leather jacket. So a well-worn leather jacket. And like I said again, you get that rose up top. There's like this pepperiness. I don't smell the lime. And then I get some florals. I definitely get the patchouli, but it's not a super dirty patchouli. It's almost like, I take that back. It's the patchouli, it's almost like the same patchouli that I smell in Private Label from Jovoy. If you've ever smelled that fragrance, it's that type of patchouli, or even Incident Diplomatique. Gorgeous. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. If you've never gotten your nose on this, I would say sample it first. It may not be for you. I would say sample all of these. Honestly, the cheapest fragrance, or the fragrances that are the most affordable, would be the Taliaferro. That fragrance is $50 US. Citizen's Jack is somewhere around the $70 to $80 mark, depending on if you're getting discounts or anything like that. I believe this fragrance runs somewhere around like $240. This is gorgeous juice. I was lucky to get this from him. Of course, I didn't pay the $240, but nonetheless, this is gorgeous. I get a good 10 hours from this easily. It's sexy, seductive. It's everything with an S. So get your nose on this if you can. So thank you so much again for checking out my haul video. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. And again, have a blessed day and take care.